Welcome back. This is a short video about search engine optimization, and we're not going to go into advanced techniques. I just want to give you a general understanding of some SEO best practices, because everybody's question is, okay, I have a great website now, how do I get on Google? I want to be at the top of the search engines for my topic. And sometimes people want to be number one on the first page for really big keyword phrases like motivational speaker or best-selling author or whatever. But it's an extremely competitive world with billions of web pages out there. How can you get number one? And I'm not going to necessarily teach you that, because there's a whole lot of strategy. There are search engine optimization companies that have monthly contracts where they're going in and working on a strategy and an editorial calendar and somebody's website every day of every month, trying to make progress and make big things happen on search engines. I just want to give you that general understanding. What you may or may not know is that Google will rank each page of your website, not your website as a whole. So sometimes people will come in through your homepage. Other times people will come in through your blog, one of your blog posts, or your about page. Each page is going to be indexed differently within Google's search engine. Google will index a page based on over 200 sets of criteria. 200! That's a lot. Now, each criteria has a little bit different of a weight. So for example, one criteria is the history or how long you have had your domain name and how long it's been running and functioning. Well, if you've had your domain name and your website's been live for 1 day, you're not going to get as good of results as somebody whose website has been live for 10 years or 5 years or 1 year. So the longer you have your website up, the more benefits that you're going to get. Another thing, for example, would be consistently publishing new content or talking about things that are relevant today, not things that were relevant 10 years ago. Google wants to see that you're constantly working on your website, providing new, updated, relevant content and education for your visitors. And there are also dozens and dozens and dozens of other things that we can do. It can relate to design. It can relate to, if you think about when you're adding an image, what title are you giving that image, or what title is your page? So I'm going to go through and give you some really, detailed examples within your own website to see how you can come up on search engines. So let's add a new page. So we have our About Us page here. I'm just going to copy this content here. Now in our last training video, we talked about how if you change this title to About Same Day Office Supplies, that can help your rankings, because now Google sees that this page is not just an About Us page, which could be about anything in the world. No, it's about same-day office supplies. So now you are linking to this keyword phrase. Also in the last video, we talked about updating the permalink line. Now we have another instance of these same keywords, and the more that we use these keywords throughout, the better our chances will be that Google will realize that we need to link these two together. It also has to do with the keyword placement within your content. So what I usually try to do is I try to think about, what is the topic I'm writing about? 7 ways to overcome obstacles. Overcome obstacles would be my main keyword phrase in that blog post, let's say it is. So I would want the word overcome obstacles to be in my title, in my permalink line, and about, every 200 words or so inside of my content, definitely within the first and last sentence of this page, ideally. The thing is that sometimes people get so technical about search engine optimization that all of a sudden their content doesn't flow and it doesn't sound natural. So there really is a delicate balance here, and I need to stress that. But ideally, I would have same-day office supplies in my title, permalink, the first, first sentence and last sentence. And usually what I suggest for new clients is write the content as you would naturally. Then do the search engine optimization last. Come in and see, well, how could I kind of tweak this first sentence to add in this keyword? And then you can go back and make it flow, make it sound more natural. Now we have multiple instances of these keywords sprinkled throughout. It's sounding natural, which is important. And the last thing that I talked about in the previous video was this all-in-one SEO pack, and how does one of the most critical parts of adding any page or blog post. You will see this section at the bottom of every page and post in WordPress. And this is basically for Google purposes only. We are going to give Google a title, description, and list out some keywords of this page to make their job of indexing this page easier. So what is this title area? Well, it's called a meta title. Now your meta title shows up as this main title and link right here. You're suggesting to Google what this clickable link should be called right here. So these are all meta titles. And notice that since we have searched for the term iPad, notice that iPad is showing up in every single meta title on this page. That is one reason that they are ranked on the first page of Google, is because they've added that keyword phrase in their meta title. I can just copy and paste that. I can make these the exact same if I want to, but you can change it a little bit if you'd like to. That's completely up to you. Next, I need a description of this page. So I could sit here and type in a description. I would try to think of what are the main things that people would search for in order to find this page, okay? They might be searching for office supply company in Denver, okay? So I would want to make sure to add the keyword term office supplies, Denver, have my company name in there. I'm just kind of trying to think ahead of how do people search. Once you really pay attention to how you search for things, chances are other people search pretty much the same way. So I just kind of start thinking ahead. What do I need to do? What do I need to add in this page for people to find me? Well, for example, Denver. That's a huge keyword to help target me in the right location. What I'm generally standing for, office supplies, what I'm selling, the name of my company, those types of things. Now, whatever you add in the title, description, and keyword sections of your all-in-one SEO pack, the most critical thing I can tell you is that it has to be based off of your content. So for example, if I don't have the word Chicago in here, I really should not be adding Chicago down here, because that's keyword stuffing, and Google does not like that. Google will penalize you for that. So you want to be very transparent, very honest about what this page is titled, what it's about, and what keywords are in here. Now for your keywords, it's literally what are the keyword phrases within your content that you want Google to rank you under, or connect you with. So for example, I'd want my company name to be in there, because it's in this content, right? So I can use it, and it's important to link this page back to my company. So same day office supplies, we can put Denver area, right? We can just copy and paste in Southeast office supply in case somebody is searching under that. We can talk about any keyword that you see in here. There isn't as much of a weight on keywords anymore. So don't spend all of your time focused on this. But if you can come up with about 10 keywords that are in this content, put it in here separated by a comma. Now we have our meta title, a meta description, and keywords. Nobody will see the keywords. Those are only for Google. Sometimes Google will display your description here. So this would be your meta title, and this is your meta description. If you do not add in a meta description, Google will add in one for you, okay? I guess another important thing that I want to share with you is that I don't want you to be freaked out by this section. Don't spend forever on it. Add something here, because something is better than nothing. With these training videos, you should have also received a search engine optimization starter guide direct from Google. And it's a guide that can be found just on google.com, and it's where Google actually wrote a report teaching you all about search engine optimization and best practices. They will go through and talk about how to adjust your URLs, how to add in meta title, description, and keywords, the things that they are looking for. And it may be worth it for you to just read through that guide to get even a more in-depth tutorial about it. But if you do these same things, the title, the permalink, fill out the all-in-one SEO pack, if you do that on every single page and post on your website, it is going to dramatically increase your results. Of course, there are a lot of other things involved with search engine optimization, but that's a great do-it-yourself way that's going to really make a difference in your business. In the last training video, we're going to talk about strictly working with blog posts and understanding tags and categories and how often to post, etc. So we will see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.